Yo, what's good peeps? After years of rumors, leaks and speculations, it's finally happening. The Nintendo Switch 2 officially launches come the 5th of June 2025, and Nintendo fans are currently scrambling around the world to lock in their pre-orders. Now with a powerful new design, backwards compatibility, 4K docked output, mouse-style Joy-Con 2 controls, and a stellar lineup of launch titles like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, this is definitely shaping up to be Nintendo's most exciting hardware launch ever. But with different editions, bundle options, pre-order windows, and even tariff drama affecting availability, it's totally fair to ask which Nintendo Switch 2 edition should you pre-order. But before we dive into the editions, when is it out and when can you pre-order? Well, the launch date, as I mentioned earlier, is set for the 5th of June 2025 worldwide, and pre-orders are set to begin come the 9th of April unless you're over in the US. And that's where things get a little complicated. Now, Nintendo has delayed pre-orders in the US, citing the need to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Now, these trade tariffs, especially a new 24% tariff on Japanese electronics, could significantly increase the cost of consoles imported to the US. So while the Nintendo Switch 2 still launches on the 5th of June over in the US, pre-orders are temporarily on pause there. Nintendo do promise to update American buyers very soon. So in short, prices are rising globally and Nintendo's being cautious about how it rolls things out in one of its biggest markets. Also, before we dive into the editions, it's also worth pointing out that UK pre-orders appear to be already live. Now, if you are in the UK, you've got a little bit of a head start, and here's what's going on. So Amazon over here in the UK is currently sending out invite-only pre-order emails right now. I personally received mine and have already pre-ordered my Mario Kart World bundle for £429.99. So definitely chuffed to at least have that locked in already. It's also worth pointing out that Currys are currently having a in-store pre-order where you can potentially go into a store and see whether it is live there, because I do know someone who specifically locked in their pre-order over in the Canary Wharf store. And the My Nintendo store begins pre-orders come the 8th of April, invite only for selected Nintendo Switch Online users with a long play history. So they definitely do have a few terms and conditions as to how you can potentially get that invite only access. Also, Smith's Toys over here in the UK have already sold out of their first allocation, so certainly worth keeping your eyes on those websites. Even Game over here in the UK, I know you definitely have to keep your eyes on there. So if you are in the UK and haven't pre-ordered yet, I would definitely say act fast. Stock is definitely flying, and it seems like Amazon might probably be the best place to go now, because as I said, I literally signed up for the invite only, and then within 10 minutes or so, they sent me a link out to buy my Nintendo Switch. So that would definitely be a way for you to potentially try and grab your own version as well. Now moving into the editions, and first up we've got Nintendo Switch 2 Standard Edition. Now the price for this specific edition is currently listed at $449.99, £395.99, or €469.99, or 49,800 yen. Now this basically includes the Nintendo Switch 2 console, the Joy-Con 2 left and right. You also get the Joy-Con grip straps and the dock, which basically allows the console to put out a 4K resolution and also 120 frames per second. You also get included in this is the HDMI cable, the AC adapter, and the USB-C charger. Now this is the base model, no games, no extras, just the console and core setup. Great for people who want full control over their game purchases or already have a massive digital library. It's definitely one to consider. Next up, we've got the Nintendo Switch 2 and Mario Kart World bundle, which is currently priced at $499.99, £429.99, or €509.99, and 53,980 yen. Now this includes everything from the standard edition, but you also get a digital copy of Mario Kart World, which is actually priced at $79.99 or £74.99 if you were to purchase it separately. Now this bundle is limited production through fall 2025 and will only be available while supplies last. Now this to me is one I call the big value. You're essentially getting Mario Kart World for £34 instead of £75. It's an amazing deal if you want a game ready to go at launch, and it's the best showcase for the Nintendo Switch 2 upgraded power. Next up, we've got Japan only versus multilingual edition. Now, Japan will offer two unique versions. You get the Japan only edition, which we priced earlier at 49,800 yen, and this is locked to Japanese language and region. This to me is not ideal for international users. And then you've got the multilingual edition, which is currently priced at 69,980 yen, and this is basically one that supports English plus other languages and fully region flexibility and import friendly, so definitely one to consider if you are an international user. So I would say, as an important tip, only buy the multilingual version if you are importing. And therefore, to me, the Japan only one is a beautiful paperweight if you can't read kanji. Before we dive into the edition of what I think you should be picking up, let's speak about the price hike. So there's no secret that Nintendo price increases, especially for games, have definitely raised a lot of eyebrows, but there are real reasons. Now, the new tariff on Japanese hardware is definitely one of the big standout reasons as to why we are seeing such a price hike. And there's also the stronger hardware where, like I mentioned in the spec review of the Nintendo Switch 2, you also get the 4K docked version and full HD handheld. So that will definitely increase the price. And you also have the 256 gigabyte internal storage, which is kind of 8 times the original Nintendo Switch storage space. And you also get the massive tech upgrade. So as I mentioned earlier as well, you've got the mouse style Joy-Cons, the game chat, the game share, the new camera support, 3D audio, plus much more features. So definitely something worth considering as to whether you feel like it's worth the £429 or the £395 for the standard edition. I personally do, but that might be biased because I'm a massive Nintendo fan. So I guess I personally was going to always justify pre-ordering this. Games like Mario Kart World are $80 or £74.99 standalone, but when you do see 120 frames per second gameplay and massive open tracks with real-time transitions and dynamic weather, in my opinion, it kind of does add up, but like I said, maybe it's just me being a biased Nintendo fan to justify the price hike. $1 million question, what edition of Nintendo Switch 2 should you buy? Well, if you are new to Nintendo, want a game day one, I would certainly recommend the Mario Kart World bundle. If you are a original Nintendo Switch owner and also going digital again, I would say that maybe the standard edition might be worth considering because you do have a catalog of games that you could potentially play on your Nintendo Switch 2. Even though I still feel in that condition, the Mario Kart World bundle is still worth considering because you're probably going to buy that game at some point anyway, so you do save a little bit of money there. But as I said, if you're not eager to splash out so much money on day one, you could still potentially look at the standard edition if you've already got a Nintendo Switch library. If you are importing from Japan, as I mentioned earlier, I would say the multilingual model is definitely the way to go. And for those of you who are hoping for a potential Zelda-themed console, I would say maybe consider holding off because I'm sure limited editions of the Nintendo Switch 2 will be coming at some point. Obviously, it's probably not going to drop this year, but probably will be dropping in 2026 or 2027 if you are prepared to wait that long. I personally still do pick up the Nintendo themed consoles, even though I always have the original console. Sometimes, depending on the design, I will also grab a second console at some point. All in all though, I will personally just recommend that the Mario Kart World bundle is, in my opinion, the clear winner here. It's great value, fantastic launch title, and a limited time offer. If you're planning to grab Mario Kart World anyway, this bundle definitely saves you money and gets you racing out of the gate on day one. If you're in the UK and got an Amazon invite already like I personally did, don't delay. The stock is already disappearing at some of the stores such as Smith's, Curry's, and likely soon even on the My Nintendo store as to when those pre-orders do go live. And for all of my friends over in the US, do hold tight, it certainly is coming. Tariffs may be slowing things down slightly, but your car is still revving up in the garage and you definitely will be able to get more information from Nintendo soon as to when you will be able to secure that pre-order for your console. Anyway, peeps, do let me know in the comments below as to whether you will be aiming to grab the Nintendo Switch 2 on day one, or will you maybe hold off and, as I said earlier, maybe wait for one of those themed consoles that may come in potentially a couple of years. I personally couldn't wait that long, but I do know that Nintendo will be dropping some themed Nintendo Switch 2 consoles at some point. As always, if you did enjoy this very quick urban gameplay video, be sure to hit the like button. Do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so before. And until next urban gameplay video, we definitely say peace out, peeps.
And in this Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.